Hello, everybody. It's the coach.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Jones now throwing on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Second and a yard from the 34. Taylor. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 62 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
And the offensive starters for the New York Giants.
So let's all work together on this one, because it's natural to just watch the football. I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
Well, they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Jones. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down. For the Eagles, a look now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. And they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Finds his tight end, Ingram. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start, because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
He didn't have as many throws or plays in college as many of the quarterbacks that were coming out in the draft, but he maximized what he had. Ended up winning 2 national championships as a starting quarterback at North Dakota State.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now the first carry for Wendell Smallwood. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The numbers for Smallwood last week. 22 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
As a good start to the season, they got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get...
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing Jones. He's got it. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They had the interception last time and led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. To throw is Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. First down, a run with Smallwood. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And this is gonna wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now. They'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake. Jones. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
10 yards, good for a giant 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Coleman. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Jones, off play action. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The end result, 21 yards. Jones now, only one pass has hit the ground for him, 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Taylor, and he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7. Jones, that's complete to Smith. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, Sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And that one complete to Wendell Smallwood. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Wendell Smallwood, 79 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And New York set to take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Now Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Finding his target, it's Cody Latimer. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now? I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Jones on 1st down. Open man right side is Ingram. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Jones now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
And logo.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
From the 31, Jones over the middle. He's got his tight end Ingram. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line. Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Back to throw. Jones firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. They start the drive with Smallwood. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On play action, it's Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Working from the gun. Wentz. Flush to his right. This one complete to Smallwood. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On first down, Smallwood. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Pass the... And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
On 2nd and 10, Jones, and this is Latimer, complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Jones. Off the play fake. And Ingram hauls it in. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. Jones now from the gun on third down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. They'll run on first down. Smallwood. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. A run with Smallwood. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kareem Martin. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over. It'll
be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Jones completes it to Coleman. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Oh, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. He finds Taylor, complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go,
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. 1 play, touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll find Taylor. That's complete.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Here's Riley Dixon now. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Waiting. Oh, you got deep.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows and just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Wentz. This one complete to Smallwood. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Wentz to throw again. There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The target there, Mac Hollins. But now it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Wentz now on first down. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. A 10-play drive that time. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Jones on 1st and 10. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing Jones. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL, following in.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dalvin Tomlinson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3-score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now, he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run Smallwood. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Set the tone, defense.
On play action, Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dalvin Tomlinson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing is Wentz.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Jones. And Latimer's got it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. On first down, it's Taylor. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, this is Smith. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jones now operating from the gun. He dumps it underneath for Taylor. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Jones now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. The give to Taylor. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off play action. Jones. And that's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him. An incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. Jones now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now Jones, off play action. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. This is caught.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Second and 2. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Cody Latimer, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was pump the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
They'll go again with Sanders. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 120.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kareem Martin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Here's Wentz to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Cody Latimer, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. This is Coleman with a grab. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. That's caught by his tight end, Scott Simonson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they got the victory last week against the Rams, so some good momentum as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Wentz's throw taken in by Sanders. 14 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st down, this is Adams. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a play fake. Wentz under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Sanders, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st and 10, Jones. It's caught by Coleman. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
53, check 53. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. with Sanders. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 280!
Choose the mic. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Jones now on first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He finds Coleman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Jones to throw again. He gets this into the hands of Taylor.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Done. 120!
Quit talking about it and bring it.
They'll run. It's Sanders. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dalvin Tomlinson giving him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there at 22.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They run on 2nd down with Adams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Back to throw. Jones finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Down. And logo.
Number 53. Mike 53. Come on. Check. 53. Check.
Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And this one complete to Smith. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here's Jones throwing on 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Giants go on fourth but come up empty. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Another run here with Sanders. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Back man. 180.
Come on, let's go.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Go! 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. Here we go. 180. You better bring it. What's that?
And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Now Wentz. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Good positioning, and it's picked off. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones, Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Jones. He gets it complete to Latimer. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage. That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jones now throwing again. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Philadelphia, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.